hear me well? All the way in the back as well? Great. So I want to thank you guys for joining us today here at Digitizer, one of the great startup hubs in Brussels. Thank you for being so numerous. It's really great to see so many people of you out here. I also want to stretch an extra thank you to the people of UCM and Telenet for joining us for these 2 days here. And not only for being here today, but also for putting their trust in us and also in you guys. Right? So during the next 36 to 48 hours, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to happen, right? I hope we can all collaborate together, co-create together, innovate, and do this all in a quick manner. And of course, we want you all to have fun, because that's oh so important. So we have 3 use cases which are waiting for you to be solved. So they're very eagerly waiting for you to actually get started on them. So I will not take too much time from you guys, so you can get on moving as fast as possible as well. I want to share a few practicalities with you guys before we get started. Obviously, there's great prizes to be won. Obviously, this is a competition, right? A hackathon competition. So at the end, we will. The detailed agenda is behind me here and will be there for the rest of the event, so you can always consult it when you need it. For other practicalities, on the table you will find some sheets, and on these sheets you can find a QR code. If you scan this QR code, you will get access to our WhatsApp group that we made. All the coaches, all the organizing team is in there as well, so you can ask questions to us and we can reply in a quick manner to you. And also, of course, if there's something to be shared, if there's announcements to be made, we'll also start sharing them in that WhatsApp group. While also sometimes shouting in the mic, wearing this weird thing on my head, but it's practical, so that's good. Another practical thing, obviously, yeah, you're not going to do this by yourselves. We don't expect you to do all this by yourselves. We have gathered a lot of IBMers that you can see all around the back that all have their speciality, whether it's in IT, whether it's in design thinking, whether it's in business canvas modeling. There's so much that they can offer you. So if you need help, please shout out. We'll come and help you, right? That screen right there, we will put an overview of all the coaches that are present with all their specialities. So if you have a specific need, shout out and we'll come and help. Then I would like to invite Felipe, of course, on stage to share a few other practical details, and then we can get started with the session.
Good morning, everyone. Very, very warm welcome to the Clubhouse of the Tech Starters. You're into tech, you're into being a startup one day, or if you have that entrepreneurial spirit in you somewhere hidden, this is the place to come and develop it. The place has been created for you, allow you to grow your digital, also to grow your entrepreneurial spirit. So this being said, this place is available to you at any time the week between 9 and 5 for free. So if you are in Brussels and you want to organize a little meeting here, and if you want to organize knowledge sharing sessions where you want to share your knowledge on a specific topic and you want to do that for free, we'll have the rooms for free as well. So we will offer you the rooms if you share knowledge. That's the deal we do. For the practical regions, there are 4 exits. There are 4 exits. You have 1 exit there in case of emergency. You have 1 exit through the garage door downstairs. You have 1 exit on the front, through the front door that you use. You have 1 exit on the rooftop. Rooftop will also be the place where there is the quiet room. The quiet room there where you will be able to rest or go upstairs on the rooftop to. There's still smokers? Do you young guys still smoke? Not a young guy. I'm a smoker. I know what you feel. So for those who don't smoke and still want to take some fresh air, that you can go on the rooftop. Discussion. It looks like it's going to be a sunny day. That's the ideal place to take some fresh air, discuss, or have a fight. If you have a fight or discussion, you do it on the rooftop so that you don't disturb the other people. There are toilets. The toilets are in the corner there, and and that corner is used on every floor to provide a toilet. So I will be there the entire day. The team of Digitizer has a white T-shirt like that. They will be there to help you. hesitate, you'll be able to sleep over here. Um, you can. Here, I'm also I'm father of 4 kids, so I'm a very severe father. So don't exaggerate on the beer. Have a good day and be innovative and dare to do things that we old people wouldn't dare anymore. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I would like to invite 2 people on stage, our design thinking experts. Ooh, yes, nice, right? So Imen and Olga, both from IBM iX. Please, the stage is yours.
I think you have to swap micros
we do.
though. And the clicker. Okay, so also from, are you, is it on? It's not on yet. Okay, but you can just click it on. From Olga and myself, also a very, very warm welcome. Thank you for being here and for participating during these 2 days. It's really lovely to see so many faces showing up, so many different faces, a lot of diversity, something we really leverage within IBM. And before we kick off these 2 days and we start digging into the solutions you will make, we want to give a presentation on design thinking, an approach that might guide you in the solution, whether you already have the final solution in mind or you want to create it during these 2 days. We want to give you a small presentation on design thinking. So we use design thinking within IBM for all of our projects, all of our clients, because it's a human-centered approach, a methodology to deliver our outcomes at speed and at scale. In a nutshell, it's really just a mindset. It's a different way of thinking about your user, about your issues, about your way of working. But before we dig deeper into what it really is and start throwing theory at you guys, I think you normally all have some Post-its and a pen. And I would like from you guys to design a vase. And you get 40 seconds for that. So a vase, a vase, une vase. Un vase. Almost time. Okay, time's up. Can you put your vases up in the air?
Put your vases
I'm gonna get a bit closer. Okay. Okay, I see some special vases, some very common vases. Okay, cool, nice. So I want you guys to look at your vase for a last time and throw it away. Literally throw it away. I don't want to see it anymore. Because I have another exercise for you guys. I want you guys to take another Post-it and to design a better way to enjoy your flowers at home. And again, you get 40 seconds. So draw something, a way to enjoy your flowers. Oh.
We have a bit more time for this one.
Okay, time's up. And it's funny because I hear some people saying, oh my God, I draw so bad. But don't worry, because after these 2 days, you will be drawing experts. So can some of you guys put your Post-its up in the air? And anyone who wants to explain what they've drawn? Anyone? No? I'm just going to pick a volunteer, I'm sorry. And you're super close to me, so it's going to be you. Go ahead. Okay. So I don't know if the micro is on, but he put his flowers next to his door. Okay, so that when he welcomes somebody at his place, the people immediately see the flowers, which creates empathy, I imagine, and some emotions. Some other ideas? Anyone who wants to present? Or I'm just going to pick another volunteer. It's up to you guys. Okay, mister. Yeah, I picked you. Flowers in the garden. Okay, nice. Okay, so does anyone see the difference between the two drawings that you made? Or the one is creative? The second one is more creative. Any other differences you've noticed? Context, there's more context in the second one. Okay, great. Well, actually, the difference between the vase and the way you've designed a flower is that the second one was a user experience. A vase isn't a user experience, just like this coffee machine. It's just a functionality. It makes coffee. It doesn't offer an experience. This, however, is an experience. You see the lady enjoying her frappuccino with caramel, with cream during autumn because there's leaves falling from the trees. That's really an experience. And that's what we want to create when we make our solutions for our clients, right? We don't want you to be this cat. We want you to be this cat, right?
Yeah.
So, Olga.
And we have a video actually that summarizes everything that Imed said really well. Let's watch it.
Design strategy is about thinking differently, putting yourself in your customer's shoes, to design solutions that not only fit their needs but delight them, by empathizing through observing people in real-life scenarios like shopping, or through open-ended interviews to uncover what people do rather than what they want. Because if you ask people what they want, they don't necessarily know. By immersing yourself in your customer's world, you can understand their needs, gains and pains. How? 1. Empathize. Immerse yourself in your customer's world. 2. Define the non-obvious insights. 3. Ideate. Brainstorm solutions. 4. Prototype. Build an MVP, minimum viable product, of ideas in the shortest possible time. Then take those prototypes back to your customers and ask what they think. Design strategy starts with the customer, then offers the solution, not the other way around. For example, an Australian supermarket chain wanted to design a unique, engaging in-store experience to further set them apart from competitors. So we followed their customers around, interviewed them, and watched what was happening in store over a considerable period. Customers wanted to feel more connected with the suppliers of their produce, an in-store experience they couldn't find elsewhere. One of the winning ideas was an in-store milk dispenser with old-style glass milk bottles. Customers fill the bottles with single-origin high-quality milk. They can see details of the cows and farms that produced it, with assurance the suppliers receive a better price. This experience delights customers and is very successful across stores. If we had asked what customers wanted, they probably have said cheaper produce. But by empathizing, living and observing, we developed an idea that not only excites customers, but gives the store a unique edge by connecting with customers' hearts and minds. Design.
So that's mainly what we're going to focus on today. Really empathize, engage, step into your user's shoes, and really find their pain points. So let's first get some theory. What are the principles of design thinking? First of all, focus on user outcomes. So really think of your user as your North Star. You know, everything needs to evolve around your user. You need to evaluate your ideas based on how much value they bring to your user. Then, multidisciplinary teams. So if you have a look around you, you will see people from different backgrounds, different nationalities, different skills. Really leverage this diversity you have in your teams. Build upon each other ideas. We don't want to hear no but today. We only want to hear yes and. Because when you succeed as a team, and when you fail as a team again. So failure, don't be afraid of failure today. You can learn much more from failure than you will ever learn from succeeding. And you need to empathize with each other before you can empathize with your users. And that being said, third principle, continuous iteration. So detach yourself from your prototype and iterate. take feedback for your prototype, change your idea again. I mean, the problem might be the same. To go from place A to place B, we first used horses, then bicycles, then trains, and now we use cars, and even at some point self-driving cars. So the solution always iterates depending on the user needs.
Yeah. So, but how do we actually iterate, or how do we restlessly reinvent? What we use within IBM is our design thinking loop. We start by observing individually. You start by looking at your user. Who is your user? What is he or she experiencing in her daily life? What are the pain points that our user is experiencing and that we would like to relieve? Because once we've identified the pain points, we start reflecting in group. We start reflecting on the possible solutions that we want to offer, and this solution can be made. So we start making. And the faster you will make, the faster you will actually learn, because once you have a prototype, you can go and present it to your client, to your user, you got our feedback, and the loop starts again, and the loop continues. So really keep in mind this iterative way of working. Who in this place has already seen a Pixar movie? I want to see hands up. Okay, everyone. I think, who thinks Pixar movies are good? Hands up. Everyone. Whoa, weird, because actually Pixar itself, they say that early on, their movies actually suck. Then please explain to me, if your movie sucks, how can it be that everyone in this room likes the movies? So we have a video of Pixar explaining how they make their movies so good.
My name is Christian Roman. I've been at Pixar since about 2007, and I'm a story artist. Working at Pixar is extremely collaborative. It's fun and just a great experience and feeling to work with a bunch of people who really just want to make a really good film. What I do is the very early part of the process where we're trying to figure out what the story of the movie is. I'll work with the script or maybe work with just an idea, and I'll draw out what the story's going to be. Once I'm done with the roughs, I'll pitch that to the director, and I'll just step through with my finger and say, okay, this is where Woody, climbs through the window and he sees everybody and says, hey guys, what's going on? And I'll do all the voices, and I'll maybe do a song like da 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 as he's jumping through. From there, the director will say, well, that's good, but what if he does this? Or there will be other story artists in the room too, and they'll kind of chime in and say, yeah, and what if we do that? And everybody's really supportive, but they're also inspired, and they want to see the scene be better. A film will take about...
Yeah. So some recurring topics. Okay, Kanye West, not yet, but okay. Some recurring topics in the video that we've seen from Pixar are terms like collaborative working, having fun, always make your product better. What they say themselves is that the first movie or the first sketches that they make isn't the final movie at all. So they really iterate, they have fun, they work as a group, they leverage the diversity in their team to actually make these movies that we all like. And now it's Kanye West's turn.
So time to get to work. So actually now it's your turn to shine. We will show you some tips, exercises, artifacts that you can use in your design thinking process. So first of all, as we couldn't have stressed this enough already, the empathy map. You put your user in the center, and you write down in post-its not only what he does and says, but also what he thinks and feels. Don't forget, you are not your user. Your mother, father, sister, boyfriend is not your user. You really need to step out of yourself and step into your user's shoes. Once you have defined your user, you need to find the process. So for example, if he plans a trip, the process he has is to plan the trip, to do the check-in, to go to the airport, and to actually fly it in the end. So once you have defined the phases of the process, then you can write down the actions they do, and then you can allocate the pain points in the process. If you don't remember the exercises, don't worry, we have dedicated coaches who can help you and guide you around, so we will help you with that. So once you have allocated the pain points, you can start ideating finally. So we want each of you to come with at least 3 big ideas. 2 can be average ones, 1 needs to be a really crazy one. And next to your idea, we want you to draw your idea. First of all, to boost your creativity, and then, who knows, it might even be your first prototype. So really go crazy here. Don't evaluate your idea just yet. This will come later. Just go on full creative mode. Then, once you will have presented your idea to the group, you can start voting the ideas. You should vote based on the impact it has on the user and its feasibility. The most impactful and feasible ideas, those are the no-brainers. I wouldn't suggest that you focus on them because they are probably already in the market or your competitors have already thought of them. So you should more focus on your big bets, the impactful ideas that are not so feasible, or the utilities, the feasible ideas that are not so impactful, or even combine those to really make your strategic differentiation and competitive advantage. Yeah, I don't even need to mention the unwise ones because
You don't
just
want
don't
you to focus on
no.
those ones. Exactly.
So good luck. I'm very happy to see so many fresh faces at 9:30 in the morning. And Yemen.
Okay, so if you're asking me, I think we've been talking for quite a while. And actually, one of our ground rules within design thinking is to talk less and to write more. Because by talking less, you don't interrupt a person's creativity process and his focus. And when you think you're done writing, I want you to stop writing and I want you to start drawing. Because by drawing, you increase your creativity. And like we already said, your first drawing might actually be a first prototype that you can present and get feedback on. Every table, every group is equipped with flip charts, post-its, pens, you name it. We have a coach booth right over here. The first room in here is the room for our coaches. Like Charles said, we have coaches on different topics, but it's also our design thinking booth. So if you have any questions, please come to us. We also have a website, which is, we'll share it through WhatsApp, but it's ibm.com/design/thinking, where you can see all of the artifacts, but also have some additional information. We will send the design thinking field guide, which is a guide where every exercise is actually explained, where you can see what am I going to get out of this exercise and how am I going to fulfill this exercise. So it's a really useful guide, which we will also send an electronic version over WhatsApp. So before I let you guys loose on these challenges that we have for you today, I have a first exercise when you get into your room, or into your tables, rather, is to get to know each other. Because we know that some groups exist out of people that don't know each other yet, and like we already said, we want empathy. We want you to empathize with one another and to leverage the diversity. So present yourself. What will your role be in the group? What is your superpower in the group? What's your biggest pain point, and what is actually your expectation of this hackathon? Because it's by leveraging this diversity and by getting to know each other that you will get to know your user and empathize with your user and create your best possible solution over these 2 days. So thank you very much, and we wish you guys a lot of luck. Thank you. Oh, not over. Oh, it's working again. Next up we have Dennis from Buffalo, a startup. You guys are also in Digitizer, like Philippe already said, a startup hub. So we have the pleasure to introduce Dennis and to get a real-life startup experience to share with you guys. So Dennis, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello all. We talked already a bit too long, maybe? Is everyone, we throw a lot of information at you, eh? You see this. Is everyone still okay? Not fried yet? We're gonna keep this light. Let's try. My name is Dennis. I founded a startup 1.5 years ago, and right now we're helping corporates how to innovate better. Innovation and validation. What are we? We are the greatest design agency ever seen. Really. The thing is, we build amazing products. We build, for example, the inside boots. It's amazing. Those are rubber boots with a hole cut out so you can wear them inside. The problem is you cannot wear them outside anymore because your feet get wet, but amazing product. Next one is, this is crazy. This is a watering can, but we called it watering can't because you cannot use it. It's amazing. The last one is our very successful line of chairs that make you stand. Because we saw a problem that people, well, at the office they were sitting for too long and they were having back problems, so we created a very amazing chair that is amazing to sit on. Why? It doesn't hurt your back, but you cannot keep sitting on it. So, you see, all successful. They do not sell well, but they're amazing products. You guessed it, this is a joke. Why? Those are all models created by a very successful architect named Katerina Kamprani. She's Greek. And she created products that would never work, that would never sell. Now, in real life, this happens. Who knows Google Glass? Raise hands. It started in the early days of the 2000s that they started creating this. But they never found a real use for consumers. But they thought that they would find a market for this. The thing is, right now, they are redeveloping it, and it's a very successful product in the B2B space. But they never thought of it then. They thought, well, everyone in 2010 is going to wear this, and everyone is going to have AR and mixed reality going everywhere. But is that the case? No. Why? They didn't empathize with their target audience. Who knows this car? It's an ugly fucker, isn't it? Fun story. My previous teacher, I'm in product development. I studied in Kortrijk and in Antwerp. And my professor in ergonomics drove this one. And he always told people, like, this is an amazing car. Fiat did an amazing job here. The Multipla is the best car ever if you have back problems. Well, this car empathized, Fiat empathized with their target audience. People that want to sit a bit higher. It was the pre-runner of the SUVs, basically. They were higher in traffic, more overview, and they were so luxury. They had like 3 seats in the front. That's amazing. Now, what they didn't think about is how the car looks. So they would have probably reached a bigger audience if the car was sexier. But the thing is, they empathized, but maybe only in the interior part. Last pen, this one. Who knows the space pen from NASA? So they created a pen because they had some complaints, empathize, from astronauts. And they said, well, in space it's very hard to draw with a ballpoint pen because the ink is not flowing very good, so we need a solution for that. So they spent millions creating a pen, and the Russians used a pencil. So what I'm saying is, this still exists, you can buy this. It's not a commodity item anymore, it's more like a collectible, and it has a serial number, so you know that the product that you have is unique. Why am I telling you this? It's because 75% of new products and services that are launched fail within the year. That's amazing. That's a crazy amount of budget that is being thrown out by corporates every year. Now, 42% of those people, of those companies that fail because there is no product and market fit. That means that you're creating something that the market is not waiting for. You're not solving a pain. That is exactly what we want to do with Buffle. Like design thinking, we want to help you put that in practice. Now, this slide is a bit butched up, but basically what companies are good in is generating new ideas. What you're going to be good at is generating new ideas. This concept, a hackathon, is very good to create ideas in group. Now, what people are less good at is taking gut feeling decisions. Yes. So the industry started moving. I put the slide of Loop there from IBM. And we know that lean startup, design thinking, agile scrum, who knows these terms? They are becoming more and more popular. It's because the industry knows that something is wrong, that they are creating things that are not really working in the market. So they create methods, they create ways of thinking, they create mindsets, which is very good. But the problem is that they all evolve around the same thing. They all revolve around the same thing. And the thing is that you need to be able to get human-centered. You need to be able to empathize with your end user, with your end customer. And that is really hard. And what Loop also does is saying basically you have to build, you have to measure, and you have to learn. Today we're going to build something. Tomorrow we're going to present something that we have built. This is not the end goal. This is not the end stop. We need to be able to measure what's happening by showing it to people, and we have to learn from it. We have to generate data from it, and then we build again. This is an iterative process. This goes on until you present the Pixar idea. Keep improving. We talked about this, so I'm going to skip through. This is an overview of how it typically goes within a corporate, and they start creating a very good product, the innovation starts, and they start making decisions. And the ideal path is going straight to your product market fit. Means I'm starting to create something, I found a problem, I'm going to the market, and I'm going to create something that people will going to buy or use. Now, along the way, you're going to make decisions. Those decisions can be A or B. And whether or not you are on the line is going to define if your product is going to work. And that is the delivery expectation gap. That means that you're creating something that the target audience is going to buy. If the gap is too big, they won't in the product portfolio. Now, what is Buffle? We created a market research app. So find us in the App Store, give your opinion about innovation, about new products, problems that are happening right now in your lives. And we want to use that information to start ideating about. So we want to create and define a problem to make sure that we can solve it. So we do iterative research, agile way, and we do it live. So we gather real-time data of a very big target audience in Belgium right now. So more information on that you can find on our website, buffle.be. But for now, this was my part. Make sure that you start with the problem and then go to the solution. Connect with me on LinkedIn if you have more questions about market research or agile people. Thank you for your attention.
So thank you, Dennis, for your presentation. Thank you as well to Olga and to Imen. We're going to stop here with the theoretical part, and now we're actually going to start doing stuff. So I invite you all to stand up, go to your desks, and already start ideating. By the way, for the people who already have an idea about what they want to do, you can already start creating if you feel like it. For the people who are still a bit wondering what they're going to do, we're here to help you guys. We have enough design thinking coaches to help you guys out. So please head on to your desks, and then we can get moving. Cool. Thank you.